Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a video clip that has now gone viral on social media. This is a clip of a female Twitch streamer. I guess she was booting up her stream or was like really just finally getting into the midst of everything here, and she had a moment where she kind of like pulled up her Google or whatever, like her internet browser I guess, and she exposed something that obviously she didn't mean to show everybody, and I think this is one of those video clips that really confirms the whole dead internet theory thing. You've probably heard that over the last few years. Ever since like 2021, 2022, this has been a phrase that's been becoming more and more popular. I've talked about it a few times here on the channel already, but like I said, this is basically us witnessing the dead internet theory playing out in real time. Now, she was just trying to get her stream going or whatever, and she basically exposed the whole streaming industry. Now, while this is just a clip of one person using a tool like this, I definitely want to reiterate this point multiple times that more people are using stuff like this than anyone is actually aware of, right? So the dead internet theory is this idea that like as time goes on, the internet is being populated more and more by like artificial intelligence ran accounts or like bots and stuff like that. Basically the engagement, the posts, everything that you're used to on the internet are becoming less and less written and done by people and more done by basically algorithms and bots that are trying to utilize algorithms, right? It's a pretty scary and shitty concept to think about, but unfortunately, I do think it is a real thing, and this, like I said, is a perfect example here. So I believe this is a smaller streamer on Twitch that this is happening with here, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the video so we can go ahead and start seeing what's going on here.
Cryptophilia. Shit happens. Hi, Chief. Hello. Huh?
So everything looks pretty normal up until this point, right? She's just kind of clicking through everything, like trying to, I guess, find like her chat or whatever she wants to pull up. But she accidentally opens another one of these web pages that is open in her internet browser, okay? Now, I went ahead and I took a screenshot of this when it kind of zooms in or whatever so we can take a look at what this is. And as you can see, she exposed a website that is a like Twitch view botter or a streaming view botter in general. You can see up at the top that you can select multiple different botting types. You can get Twitch viewers. You can get it to spam your Twitch chat and pretend that people are talking in there. You can do the same thing on Kick and a couple other platforms here, even followers to your accounts, right? Like you can basically fake any engagement on your stream is what this website is. You just put in your channel name, I guess the number of viewers or comments or whatever that you want, however long you want it to go on for, which is pretty fucking insane, right? Like it's a pretty in-depth tool that she exposed, right? So clearly she didn't mean to do this, because not only is it usually against basically every website's terms of service to like view bot or to chat bot or whatever, but if you're also like monetized on most of these platforms, basically this is like grounds to just have your shit removed. So this is one of those instances where like you expose this, in a way it's like exposing that you have cheats in a video game tournament, right? It's like you are literally blackballing yourself for the entire future by doing something like this. And you can tell by her reaction that she knows exactly what is going to happen here, right? Like what exactly she just did. Now,
okay, I will be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'll just come back in a sec.
All right, so she does this obnoxious ass laugh. You know, great content, by the way. You can really tell that this is somebody who's really earning those viewers, but then she shuts her stream down and restarts it. Now, she does this because, like I said, it's usually a TOS violation to view bot and to do shit like that, right? So she basically just committed like a cardinal sin live on stream. So if anyone real was actually watching, which I assume a couple real people may have been watching, you never know. That's the thing. Like when someone is doing something like this, you just can never actually know how real or fake any of it actually all is, right? But if anyone saw it and reported her, she probably would have been in some pretty deep shit. So what she did was restart the stream. That way she could delete the VOD of her where she pulls pulls this whole thing up. That way there's no evidence on her account. Now, what she wasn't anticipating is that somebody would actually be watching this and they would actually be recording when this happened. And as a result, this has now gone viral online. Obviously, she's pretty much exposed at this point. I mean, I don't think there's really any coming back from this. Like, everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows that you're view botting, probably chat botting, all of this other shit, right? So to me, this is like the end of a streaming career, or it should be, because if you're faking your engagement and shit like that, right? Like, what is really the point? Obviously, if you were making good content or like doing good streams or whatever in the first place, you would have absolutely no need to even be using a tool like this in the first place. That's the whole problem right there. I mean, these people, they can't actually meaningfully get engagement, right? They can't get the metrics that they need or that they want, right? So they have to fake it until they make it. That's the whole concept here, right? So you're probably wondering, like, well, what is exactly the advantage of even view botting anyway? Like, these aren't real viewers. These aren't people who are gonna donate. These aren't people who are gonna actually like really engage with you in the way that you want your fans to anyway. So what is even the point in doing this at all, right? Well, the issue is on platforms like Twitch, the entire like algorithm for discovery for new creators, it's heavily reliant on like your engagement, like how many viewers that you're getting, all of these other things. So for somebody starting out on Twitch, right, it's going to be hard to get anyone to come in and view your content because you have no viewers, you have no followers, you're not going to show up at the top of the results. However, if you go on a website like this, because you're not actually able to get anyone to watch you, you can basically just swipe your credit card and you can get a bot farm somewhere to give you 50 computers to quote unquote watch your content. And so what happens then is it basically falsifies your metrics. It gets you promoted a little bit more, right? It's literally like cheating the entire system. Now you might be like, oh, well, what's the big deal with that, right? Well, the big deal with that is it's literally fucking cheating the system with fake engagement. And it's going to create a precedent on these platforms where, you know, everyone's just going to think that 90% of the people using these websites are fucking bots and computers and AI, right? Which is not good for any website. It's not good for any website where people are trying to make money. It turns out advertisers, they actually like websites where the people, you know, the traffic or whatever is real people that are going to consume the ads and actually make the platforms money, right? They don't like fucking computers that don't do anything. So the problem here is this stream, while it is an example of this happening, it's not like the only person doing this. And the sad and scary reality is this is happening on every platform. Now, this particular instance takes place on Twitch, but as you saw from the commands on that website, you can do it on Kick and other various streaming platforms. So just this website alone, you can do it on multiple websites. Now, what if I told you that over on Twitter, a lot of people are buying likes, they're buying fake engagement, you know, they're posting clips of their content or whatever, they're buying fake engagement for it to make it blow up. What if I even told you that some people are doing this on basically every website that people are making content on? It's a really weird and shitty and scary future for content creation. I really feel like nothing about any of this shit is real anymore, right? And that's what's scary, and that's the divide that I have and a lot of people have with the modern content creation scheme or meta or whatever. People are so focused on faking it until you make it now, when the entire purpose of content creation for virtually the entire time that it's existed has been you're supposed to actually grind it out, you're supposed to develop your content, you're supposed to hammer it home. Me, for instance, I uploaded here on YouTube for like 7 years before I even got monetized, and then it was like another 8 or 9 months from the point that I got my channel monetized before I started actually making any money or getting any videos to blow up. So it took me the better part of a decade to actually grind out this channel and get it to a point where it's kind of successful, right? You know, but people don't want to do that anymore. They want to take the easy road, they want to take the shortcuts, and they want to use these bots and shit. And while this is just like one particular instance of this happening, I'm pretty certain that a very good portion of content creators today are cheesing the system like this with some sort of fake interactions or engagement. Now, once you actually build an audience and you actually get real people who will give you money, watch your videos, watch your streams, follow your accounts, whatever, right? It becomes less important to have these kinds of networks, but that's the thing. When you look at the amount of people who are making content, right, it's like a very, very, very easy to see pie chart, right? Where 99.9% of all content creators, they have basically nobody watching them, right? They've got maybe like 0 to 5 viewers. And then the last 0.1% of people is the people who are actually making money, the people actually getting viewers, whatever, right? So you have like the vast majority of online content creators who are actually more emboldened to use these tactics to cheat their way to the top instead of actually putting in any work to attain anything or earn anything. Now, I don't know if Twitch has taken action against this account yet or like banned this woman. It would probably be in their best interest to do so. I mean, you really don't want to set the precedent that like, hey, come to Twitch and fake all of your metrics. Like I said, advertisers don't particularly care for that kind of behavior, but I mean, this is an issue that is already prevalent. Like your content creators you're watching and shit, a lot more of them are faking it than you really know. And it's gotten to the point where these tools are so good that if you don't literally expose them on your live stream and like show the whole world that you're doing this type of shit right, most people would have no fucking idea. Most people would have no clue. And I'm almost certain there's probably thousands of people out there, right, who are making videos, making tweets, making streams, whatever, right? TikTok videos that are doing this shit because it's just kind of like really, unfortunately, the future meta. It's like the way for a lot of these people because most people who are going into content creation these days and are trying to like build these channels, they're not doing it because they actually enjoy doing it, right? They're not live streaming because they love interacting with their audience and streaming games. They're not making YouTube videos because it's fun to make videos. They're doing it because they see people get paid from doing it, which is a good thing in my opinion, right? Like I like the fact that people make money on content creation. I mean, I'm one of these people, right? I have a vested interest in this entire thing, but people see, oh, well, there's money in it, there's attention in it, so they think that if they just fake their way to it, that that's what they're gonna end up doing, right? But unfortunately, that's not how any of this works, so.
Are you guys still here? Still here? Oh shit. Internet went out. No, I needed to do a little... my OBS was asking me to reset something and I needed to stop streaming.
All right, so the rest of her clip here is just like her trying to pretend like she didn't just get caught doing what she did. Anyone with a brain knows what's going on here. They know that she's just trying to like lie her way out of this. You know, pretend like, oh, my OBS, you know, yeah, we all saw it, you know. You're already caught. There's no way to try and fucking finagle your way out of this one. You're already got. This is gonna be a continuing problem, and I don't really know what the average person can do. Like, if you tune into a new streamer, how do you really know? I mean, it's to the point where they can literally fake the chat bot. You know what I mean? You think that the chat is active and all these accounts are like people, oh, I love your stream, girl. Have fun. Here's 5 subs. And it turns out to just be some fucking chat GPT client in fucking Botswana that someone swiped their credit card to run on their account, right? Like, that is unfortunately the internet today, bro. The dead internet theory, that shit is real. We are here, man. Everything you see online to this point, you should start becoming more and more skeptical of, which sucks because I know that we all grew up being taught like, oh, you gotta be skeptical of things online. You can't believe everything you see online. But it used to be that you could tune into people's content. You could be like, oh, wow, this person is trying to organically grow their audience. And then now everybody is like Hollywood syndrome, fake it till you make it. I'm not a real person. I have the computers behind me kind of shit. And the scary thing is, like I said, it goes beyond streaming. People are doing this on all social media. Your favorite artists and singers are doing it on Spotify. It's everything now. Like everything where engagement and metrics matter. There's now this like widespread industrial use of bots and computers and spam and shit like that to make everything look bigger than it actually is so that people can keep making money. It's a pretty fucked up thing and it's gonna all come tumbling down. I mean, what do you think is gonna happen once advertisers and all these other people realize like, hey, I'm Coca-Cola, you know what I mean? And I just spent $30 million on Twitch ads, but $14 million of our ad spend went towards certified bot accounts that are being used by streamers to inflate their metrics. Do you think that Coca-Cola is going to continue to justify spending money on these platforms? Absolutely not. It's going to lead to something that people really don't want to fucking deal with if this continues to become more and more of a problem. So anyway, I just wanted to talk and kind of rant about this because I saw this clip and I knew that this shit's been going on for a while, but it's very rare that you see an instance of somebody actually exposing it happening in real time. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about the dead internet theory and signing out.